Welcome to Ma's Garage.
I'm Kev.
I'm Crick.
And I'm Smokey. Today's topic, instincts and morality.
So grab a log.
And join us by the fire.
So the question that I've had on my mind all day, what defines a difference between social instincts and natural instincts?
I guess it depends where you learn your social instincts, right? Like some people like Dora the Explorer can have a lot different instincts than kid living in LA going to high school and stuff, like in the movie.
Oh, absolutely. And you also think about people growing up just in a big city, how their difference in instincts are going to be than someone that grew up on a farm.
Right. The concrete jungle is a whole different animal than the pasture, but vice versa too, you know?
Absolutely.
It's a lot like that grass is always greener on the other side kind of thing.
It is. So I guess what I was looking more for in the question is what makes that difference between things that we do when people are around us and when people are not around us. So when things that you do alone that people don't know that you do, and then things that you do because people are around.
I think that comes into play we're seeing more with the internet when you have that sense of anonymity.
All trolls report in. Purple-headed queef flicker standing by.
Shay Gamora standing by.
MLKKK, I'm ready.
Anonymous 821 signed in to multiple accounts and standing by.
You or Fat and Dumb standing by.
Super Sexy Lisa 18 standing by.
Your mom's tits standing by.
Skank Hut 42 standing by.
Okay, everyone follow Skank Hunt's lead. Don't get distracted, we're only trolling Denmark.
All right, engaging Twitter now. Prepare for overreaction on my mark. 3, 2, mark.
That's your natural instinct, how you're going to respond when no one can judge you on what you say. That comes to call like with the mask that a lot of people put on, where it's just kind of like if you work retail, you have this certain retail face where I'm happy, we're going to do this today, da, 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 da. But if someone does you wrong or something says something to you, you can't just pop off, or you have to filter it through that retail mentality, even though it's like, no, this person did me wrong, I want to react. You have to give it that one level of filtration, kind of like swearing. Like you may be someone who just naturally swears, it's just how your dialect comes out. But if you have to stifle that around a bunch of kids, or you have to watch,
you go to church or something.
Yeah, but that's how you talk, that's how you express yourself, is swearing and punctuate.
I have a handful of people that I know that's just how they speak. I've been trying to talk to them to have them swear less, just because of a lot of research and reading and stuff that I've done that has basically come out and said over and over that people that swear a lot appear less intelligent.
Look, I can't speak without swearing, and I've only got my grade 10, and I haven't had a cigarette since I've been arrested, and I'm ready to snap. So I'd like to make a request under the People's Freedom of Choices and Voices Act that I be able to smoke and swear in your courtroom. Because if I can't smoke and swear,
I do know some people that are highly intelligent that swear quite often. So it really I think it really just more depends on the context and what is happening that's prompting that swearing.
Right. Everything's good in moderation. It gives more effect when you use it correctly.
Yes.
See,
versus every other word.
I was having a conversation with my friend yesterday who loves to swear. That's just part of their conversation as well too. And they are getting flack from it from somebody. And what they looked into when they found about it too is that's a stress reliever. That's that person's way of relieving stress. Just like someone may click a pen, someone may do something else. That's their way of, like, swearing is shown to just get out that expression of like saying the F word, saying this with that you feel it. It releases endorphins.
My foot. Oh!
take some of that weight off you and take some of that pressure off you. And so the only argument with that is like, you're then telling somebody how to handle their anxieties and their stresses.
Well, you know that better, don't
so
you?
you're not necessarily helping, you're actually adding to it.
Yeah.
Right. You're trying to make them find a new way, which who says there's a right way to handle your anxiety and stresses? You know, at the end of the day, a word is a word, and we only make it derogatory or powerful because we call it a swear word. You know, there's a reason it has that power behind it.
Yeah.
It's probably, it just made me think that's probably why, like, when you're having sex, that you're just yelling the swear words. You're just relieving that stress.
Well, it's primal. Like sometimes in sex, like it's just coming out, whatever's coming out, like the grunt, the moan, like when you're into it and go full caveman mode, and it's just whatever comes. That's where there's like a Ask Reddit about that, where it's all these just the weirdest things that have been said during sex, because it just comes out. All the filters are off. You're not up here anymore. You're down here. So it's you're not, the filters have been turned off, and you're acting.
The flow of blood's just been sent to a different spot than normally would.
Right. That's where I think there's beauty that can come from that, because that's something that we've talked about with this is, you know, doing the podcast so that we don't get demonetized, and so we can broadcast our stuff to more people. We try not to swear as much. And if you look at our first few episodes, you know, that's not the case. That's not how we directly talk. So we still have in-depth conversations, and we still come the full circle that we did before. But how would the conversation be different if we spoke without those filters indiscriminately?
We've talked about that before, where you can over filter yourself sometimes. I mean, we've seen in a few of the episodes this year already is we're noticing other words that aren't even swear words that we overuse constantly. And it's all three of us. We've got our things that we go to.
Right.
That's probably more associated with just like our gut feeling. It's probably just like our natural instinct to go to these words.
Right. And I think a lot of times when we use those words, that's when we're actually on like our roll. Like that's how we keep our thought going, because we don't want to lose it. And it's how we fill in the gap. Because if you have a pause, you're going to lose it.
Exactly. That's why you fill in that gap with those glue.
Yes.
Keep it running.
And then the problem you find is when you look at everything and you just see all the glue spots. And you're just like,
it's when you focus on it too, because that's what happened with like.
Yeah.
Didn't until it was said, then you hyper focused on it. Then that's all you could hear, and that's all you could see is I said that like 20 times. And you didn't think about that in the conversation. You may not even thought you said it at all. And as soon as you go back and someone tells you about it, that's all you can think about. So that's probably the same with swearing. That brings up a point with a lot of this. People, when you tell them not to do something, it's automatically to do. Like don't think about an elephant. The first thing you're going to do is think about an elephant. You just can't help it. So if you tell someone don't swear, you're setting them up for failure.
They're going to be like, why not?
Right. You have to give them an alternative to do, or give them a different route, or give them a different transition. You can't just say don't do something, because we're just naturally prone to do exactly what we're told not to do.
That's where I really like what you said in a previous episode, Kev, that Greg said to you like a while ago, that any idiot can swear.
My whole time growing up, man.
I wonder if we said that more often to people that we just heard swearing, that you're just like, hey, any idiot can swear. They're probably going to take a swing at you or
probably.
Something. Maybe.
Oh, yeah. And that's the craziest part.
That'd be
He's
the
person I know. He swears more than anybody else I know right now.
That's
he's just old grandpa.
Yep. Old Greg.
What is wrong with swearing though so much? Because it's the same within retail. It's like you're not supposed to swear in retail. But if you get a customer and nobody else is around and they're swearing to you, you're going to start swearing too. It's how you can better communicate with them. It's like you're speaking their language because you're more comfortable. We're being more real because we're opening up and we're swearing to each other, which we aren't supposed to do. But
because these words are dangerous.
Yeah.
Right. They're sinners' words.
Yeah.
What does that mean though, right? Like
That they're
they're made up words.
exactly. That kind of goes that they're not in the Bible, so they're swear words. So is computer a swear word? Because computer's not in the Bible.
Yeah,
You know?
I'm sure there's been a handful of words that are not in the Bible just from today's modern advances.
Yeah.
That part kind of doesn't seem right.
Maybe it's time we retranslate it, find the next revision of it. I'm sure we missed those words the first time we translated the Bible.
What if we read the Bible and there's actually just a page that's all of the swear words, like, hey, by the way, we already did this for you. Just don't say these words.
When's the last time I've gotten a new swear word? Like a new word that is actually a swear. These are some classic ones that have been around forever.
They have.
And
when did they become curse words too?
When they were used in derogatory fashion.
Have they always been curse words though?
I feel like they might not have started as curse words.
And who dictates?
Because is an action.
It is.
It's everything. It's a noun. It's a verb.
It's everything. At the heart of it is an action.
But
I just want to say it too.
It's one of the most unique words in the English language because it's an adjective, it's an adverb, you can use in so many different ways that you can't do with really any other word. And
damn.
So of course you're gonna say it more often because it fits in so many places. Yes,
it
there's other
does.
things you could say, but it's the simplest. It's just it fits in. It's like salt. You can just sprinkle it anywhere.
You can call somebody it. You can talk about doing it.
Yep.
It describes your feelings when you stub your toe.
Hey you what?
I'm happy. Fuck you.
Sad.
Me.
Right. Me. Let's fuck off. How the fuck?
What the fuck?
Yeah. Like that's a sentence probably.
Fucking
that fuck.
It takes the fucking you have to get this fucking
beautiful work, and he knows it.
Like how right before this we bragged about how we have a curse in a lot of episodes.
We're getting it all out.
It was just
now.
natural instinct that we're just going to talk about it now.
Yeah.
We are talking about it, and especially when you think about that one word that like doesn't yield the same. Doesn't yield the same.
That's where who picks those morals, because in America, especially a guy, you're not supposed to say.
You can get punched in the nose.
Yeah.
And kicked in the nuts.
In Australia, that's like for them. Like they say to everything.
All the time, yes.
So what's to them?
I don't know. Maybe they just like it's their pairing word with.
Wow.
No.
Wasn't that wanker?
Wanker? Yeah, you wanker. That's an insult, which I think
Isn't that
means
just
like a
isn't
jerk
that-
off.
Yeah, like a jerk off. Like
You're a jerk off.
Like it's so bad to be somebody who masturbates.
Right. Which is again an instinct
a
that we just
natural
naturally
instinct.
do. Like every teenage boy doesn't watch a documentary on how to jerk off. Like it's just they figure it out.
And so this one is a tin can.
That's cat food.
I have 2 cats. And it's a tin can with an old tube sock stuck inside. And then you bubble wrap around here, put it all down with an elastic, and you use this for masturbation.
But morally, we're told it's wrong. Morally, everybody acts like they don't do it. And it's stigmatized.
They really just don't want you to jack off on a plane.
Well, some people say like if they find out you do, even in privacy, if you try to hide it, it's a sin. You make God cry.
God's watching you.
What are you doing out here in public where people can see you?
Well, that's a little bit.
I wonder what are you doing staring? I got my raincoat over here.
Creeper, that's my bedroom
go feed
window.
the birds.
That's the same with sex though too. Like sex between two people is something that's naturally where we have this urge to do. Even if you try to subdue it, you have this urge to have sex.
It's our primal animal instinct.
at the heart of who we are, because we want to reproduce.
Yeah. It's looked down upon. And then, even like different like homosexual sex and things like that. You're not even involved in that. You don't have to like play with that person's penis, like, but you still are so
you're
wanna tell them how to
interjecting
do it.
yourself into that. Yeah.
Exactly. Like
you're letting it bother you.
Right. You can just
It clearly doesn't bother them. That's why they're doing it.
Right.
Yeah. Have
and
you ever tried that?
And nowadays you see some act like that, and you're just like, oh, they're just filming from their OnlyFans.
That's
right.
That's where I think that brings up a good point, Kev. That's where I think a lot of that comes from, is that usually the people who are so quick to demonize that or put those things down don't know how to handle their feelings on that.
Yeah.
They are like, they're closeted, and they may want to do that, or they may like have those urges themselves, and they have to chastise people to make themselves feel better.
A woman witnesses that and goes home to her husband. Was like, hey, honey, let's go to the park swing real quick.
Look like fun.
I know you can do it. I
Like
watched
they were
somebody
really
do it
enjoying
earlier.
themselves.
They made it look so simple.
Their swing looked a little different than ours.
Swinging leads to
Swingers.
swinging. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's like you go out there and there's already a couple out there. Up, what do we do now? Well, there's 2 sets of swings.
You're here for the 4:30.
No.
Oh, did you have this book? I'm sorry.
We got to be careful with that too, because when you demonize stuff like that, a lot of times all that does is make people want to do it again, like we said before.
Yeah.
Tell people no, and they're going to want to do it. Now it's that forbidden fruit aspect.